All right. Welcome everyone to day 12 of the guitar challenge. I'm beginning to take the guitar more serious. I've had it for a couple years, but never really took it super serious. So I'm trying to actually learn now. So just trying to see how many consecutive days I can string together and put, at least 1 hour of practice in every single day rather than, maybe 2 hours of practice in an entire month. So just trying to take it more serious and see how comfortable I can get with, the guitar and how good I can sound, with at least 100 days. So that's the first goal, 100 days live streamed. This is all straight raw footage. So there is no going back and editing it and making the lights look better or making the sound better. It's just straight raw footage for an hour. So I'm here to practice. I'm here to learn YouTube and how all that works. I'm here to learn guitar and how all of this works. So please, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And please leave a comment. Like the video if you can. If you do like the video, please like it and share it. So again, I'm just a beginner myself, a complete novice. I have no childhood experience, no background in music theory, other instruments, keyboard, piano, nothing. So welcome aboard for the journey. Let's just kind of dive in. Again, we're on day 12, so I've been learning the basic chords, A through G, and the majors and the minors. So yesterday we did a lot of scale practice and walking the fretboard and practicing the pentatonic scale. So didn't get a whole lot of chord practice in. So I want to make sure I get some chord practice in today, right? So let's just dive right in. Please, again, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm trying to build this channel. And then once this channel gets built, then I want to start putting out documentaries and short films and things like that about some various things. If you go to my channel and you look at the banner, it'll give you some clues on, my interests and some things that I would like to make some videos on. I'm already currently working on a couple projects. So about festivals and concerts and things like that. I'm trying to do a cool like documentary type thing. So stay tuned for that. So, but I'm trying to build the channel until then. So appreciate all those who want to tune in and watch me struggle and watch me learn. Maybe you too are a complete beginner who has no, previous experience, no childhood experience. Well, join me. Let's learn together. That's what I love about YouTube. It seems to build a community. As long as the people making the videos are actually passionate about what they're doing and engaged with their audience, they can build a community. And I think that would be cool for me to do. So please help me out. Give me some clues on some practice drills I could do. Give me some constructive criticism, some feedback. Like I mentioned, I want to do some films on some festivals and things like that. What music festivals have you guys been to? What music festivals are some of your favorite ones? Which ones have things that just like blow your mind? Like I don't know, for example, I haven't been to it, but like Lost Lands has like giant dinosaurs everywhere. Like let me know in the comments some cool festivals that you guys have been to. That'd be great. I can start researching them and I can do a film on one of them. Just talking about the history, educating people on it. Where it's located, when it started, who the founder is, things like that. The types of music they have there, the types of maybe other things outside of music that they have, arts and vendors, and things like that. Seems so grainy. I don't know. That's the thing about these lives. Yeah, it just looks grainy. I don't know. Maybe I forgot to hit a setting. Oh well, it's live. We're going with it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A minor, B minor, C minor, D minor, E minor, F minor, G minor. This isn't down. Okay. Okay. So much noise in the video. And graininess, I mean, by noise. Be great once I can get my subscribers up and I can do these lives from my cell phone that has a lot better camera. Unfortunately, YouTube has restrictions and things. You have to get to a certain amount of subscribers before you can start doing it from a mobile device. So, which is good security that they have in place. I understand, why they have it that way. So again, please subscribe. I know it's boring. I know this stuff isn't super entertaining, but maybe you can learn a little tip, or a trick or a practice method that you didn't, practice before. Or maybe now this is interesting to you, but you're excited and want to see what kind of documentaries and other types of short films I can create and come out with. Stay tuned for those. I'm gonna get the wheel of fifths pulled up so that way I can look at that as a practice technique. Wheel of fifths. There we go. One of these pulled up. That way I can look at it. There we go. Get my screen back up. There we go. Sorry, I lost the screen for a second. Now I can glance up at the wheel of fifths, and I don't quite, understand it all. I'm not super familiar with it, but my understanding is that you can look at the wheel of fifths and you can kind of see which notes are next to each other. The notes that are next to each other sound good played next to each other, in song, in practice. So rather than just bouncing complete random F to A to C to D to B, I look up at the wheel of fifths and I see, okay, I can only go between these notes. Oh, okay, no, maybe I can go between these notes. So it's a different way to switch up the practice technique. Okay. So next to G is C and D. So G is the root. I'm going to go G or D or C. Looking back at this and watching the recording as I'm doing this, the lighting and the graininess is just quite frustrating, especially when you have a $2,500 laptop and the front-facing camera from the reviews and the videos I watched made it seem like they were recording some pretty solid, recordings from using that front-facing camera. And I don't know, some of these live guitar things that I've recorded and watched back, even when I put it into the high definition, it just doesn't seem like it's super crisp. So might just have to save up maybe for my birthday or something like that. Get a actual camera that's meant for recording and things like that, rather than relying on the cell phone and going mobile, or relying on the standard camera and a laptop. Just go out and buy something that's specifically for recording. I'm gonna have to do that. Might be a little bit until I save up, but I'm gonna do that. These lights help, but I think it's just the natural lights and maybe still not enough lighting. I know if I turn this light on, it's gonna wash out and be yellow. I can try it real quick just to experiment. Might as well, right? There's gonna be 100 of these videos, at least. If I start getting good and really getting passionate about it, do even more of them, obviously. But yeah, see, that's just... But maybe just get it off frame. And it still washes in. Yeah. Another idea. Sorry, I'm so frustrated with the quality of the video because I understand that good quality videos is going to cause people to stay in and watch, even if the music isn't the greatest. If the video quality is good and maybe they're learning something, they would still tune in. But if it's going to be grainy and all washed out like this, people aren't going to watch it, even if it was sounding decent, when it's all grainy like that. I've got another idea. Maybe change out these bulbs. These bulbs seem quite yellow. Maybe try to get some white ones. Or some that are controlled, where I can dim them even. Yeah. So you C is the root. Next to C on the wheel of fifths. Next to C is G on one side. On the other side of C is F. Hear how those sound good together. G minor and D minor. G minor. A minor. Ah, didn't quite get that one. Ugh. What's another one? E minor has B minor on one side and A minor on the other. Okay. E minor. All right. Get a quick sip of tea. All right. Let's keep it going. About halfway through the session. We're just going to keep rolling with some just some fundamental chord shapes right now. The other day we did a lot of scales and didn't really get into much chords at all. So I want to make up for that and get some good chord practice in. Build that muscle memory. See, this is the type of practice that most people do in the dark. They don't want to be heard. They don't want to be seen. This is the struggling part. You're muffling everything. You can barely play like 3 or 4 things in a row without muffling something. But here I am putting myself out there on live for everyone to laugh at, for everyone to see. No, but I was looking on YouTube and I never really saw it. Someone doing what I'm, trying to do. I was trying to understand, what is it really like to be a beginner? Because I see all these beginner videos online, but then they have a professional that's, teaching it and that's killing it. And it's just like, okay, I can't relate to you. Like, I'm sure obviously you were a beginner at one point. I'm sure you have a lot of good tips and tricks. But what does a beginner actually sound like? Am I normal? Am I below average? Is this something I should maybe put down? Find another hobby or passion? So since no one else was putting themselves out there as a complete beginner, I thought, hey, I could do that. I'll record myself for an hour a day. Hey, I don't care how bad I sound, what I look like. As long as I'm getting better every day and I can tell with the consistency that I am. So as much as I would love to impress everybody and make beautiful sounds, at the end of the day, I'm really only competing with myself. And am I getting better? Do I sound better? Am I more comfortable holding the guitar, sliding up and down the guitar? And the answer is yes. So as long as I'm improving, I'm winning. I'm beating myself every day. I'm becoming better. So if people get on here and laugh, whatever. But if people get on here and want to build a community and chat and talk and help each other out, that would be lovely. That would be a beautiful thing to build. Let everyone understand and be able to look back at these videos, even if they don't get a whole lot of attention right now. They'll stay up forever and people will be like, oh, okay, yeah, he was trash at one point. And you'll be able to see my progression. I think that's what's going to be cool. Because everybody's different, of course, right? So let's just get that out of the way. Everyone's going to be different. But there'll at least be a reference out there. Hey, this Josh kid, he was a complete beginner when I started watching his 100-day challenge thing and watch his day one. He's a complete beginner. That's what people will be saying. And I'll be able to see, okay, after 100 days, he was killing it. He was an expert, or something a little more humble, something a little more realistic. Hey, after 100 days, he wasn't up on stage as a rock star, but you could tell drastically he was more comfortable moving around the fretboard. He was playing. He was communicating with the camera better. He was even kind of tapping his foot and getting some rhythm going towards the end of those 100 days. And you could tell at the beginning of those 100 days, not so much. So I want to be that reference point for somebody. So that way they can understand when they start, how long is it really going to take? How long am I in this beginner stage? Well, hey, if you go watch that Josh kid, I'm speaking in third person. It'll be a good reference point to see how how well I got after 100 days. And that's just with an hour. If you're a kid that's just going to school and stuff and don't have the life responsibilities, of everything else, family and mortgages and rents and utility bills and car payments and things like that, and you can put in more hours, if you're passionate about it, put in more hours. This is just with 1 hour a day. How good will I get in 100 days? 100 hours. If you're putting in 2 hours a day, you're doubling it. I see some people on YouTube putting in like 4 hours a day. I personally just don't have that time. I just don't. If I did, I would do it. Especially as I'm growing in more desire to play. I used to play for, 3 or 4 minutes and felt like it was 20 minutes. Felt like it was an hour. That's because my fingers were hurting. Getting more comfortable now. Just building that muscle memory. Fundamental skills. Major chords and minor chords. And glancing up at a wheel of fifths that I have on another screen. So it'll tell me which chords to bounce from and to. So that was a G minor. All right, so let's go into a C minor. See, in this simple movement from a G minor to a C minor, everything just drops one string, and now I have to put down my middle finger as well. Not that hard of a movement, but when you've only repped it, 7, 8, 9 times, maybe 40 times, it's still tough. You got to do it 100 times, 250 times for it to even get, relatively smooth. So if you're struggling going from an E to an A minor, very simple movement again. You're only going down one string. But just to show you that I understand the frustrations, because going from G minor to C minor is very, very small movement. Same shape, basically. Just putting down the middle finger. And even that is still tough for me until I rep it out a lot more time, many more times. And this thumb, the thumb as it presses into the back of the neck, just causes the whole hand to get worn out. So when that happens, I just don't put up the guitar like I used to do. I'm getting sore. No, don't put the guitar away. Just switch to something different that's not bar chords, right? That doesn't have all that pressure in the back of the neck. So maybe let's just go away from that for a second. Just practice some other chords. D-A-G. Dag. A minor, D minor, and E minor. Ooh. What was it? D minor, G minor, A minor. Whew. No. D minor, A minor, E minor. Damn. D-A-M. No. D minor, A minor, E minor. No, well, that's still damn. D-A. All right, let's see. Communicating and thinking about all these different things all at the same time can be quite difficult. Every day I repick this up, I have more appreciation for musicians. Every single time I repick this up. E minor. I'm gonna need to practice that one a lot. G minor to C minor. Bars to bars. Yeah, those are tough. So, but obviously, that's one of the newer techniques I've learned, right? Stepping stones. So, obviously, if you're still struggling with the regular, E, A, D, majors and minors, those kind of easier stretches, then don't beat yourself up. There's no wonder that the bars aren't quite there yet either, So always be kind to yourself. It's good to it's good. It's not good to be mean to yourself, but it's good to, drive yourself. It's good to push yourself, right? It's good to be real with yourself. You should never trash yourself in your brain or externally, even just joking. I'm really bad at that. I jokingly talk down on myself all the time. And, dang it, I suck. Man, why can't I get that? I'm trash. Or, man, I've been practicing now for 12 days. Why I suck? Why can't I get that? I do that often, and I'm joking and laughing about it. And maybe I should kind of kick that habit and just always think that I'm great, just always think that I'm the best, always think that I'm great. Never beat myself up. I mean, internally a little bit, but externally, no, because it builds bad habits, right? You externally talk down on yourself, even if it's as a funny ha-ha. Yeah, in the moment, right? But deep subconsciously, bubbles. What is it doing? So there's no way to pause these live streams, are there? See an edit button over here? Nope. Oh. Let's see. Call back in just a second. I'm recording something live here. Sorry. Let's see. I need a D minor. First phase is just remembering where the fingers even go, right? The second phase is being able to transition there relatively, fast and in time with the tempo, with the pace of the song. So first, it's just, again, remembering where to place the fingers. And then it's transitioning quickly from one shape or chord to the next. And then once you can kind of transition that, you'll start to feel certain spots on your fingers or palm that's muffling another string or muting something. And then you can fine tune that until it sounds great. So first, it's memorization of where to place the fingers. And then it's bouncing to other chords. Relatively smooth. Still might not sound great, but just get into the other shape, right? And then once you kind of memorized the different shapes and different chords and where to place your fingers, and somewhat how to move from chord to chord, then you can kind of fine tune and feel and listen. And you'll feel it. I promise you'll feel it. Once you get more and more used to it, once you get more comfortable in one area, you'll start to realize other things that you weren't thinking about. Because at first you were just caring about where to even place the fingers, right? You didn't care if you were muffling something or whatever, because you couldn't even get the fingers in the right spot. So there's all stepping stones to it. It's actually hurting here. The string is kind of cutting in a little bit deep. So again, when that starts happening, don't put the guitar away unless your day is done, your session is done. Just move to something that doesn't irritate that part of the palm or that part of the finger or something like that. Getting better for sure. My minors, I think, need more work than the major chords. And it's because in the minors, there's just so many of those bar chords, right? So in the minors, you got B is a bar chord. Down here, that's a bar chord. C minor. B and B minor are bar chords. There's B. There's B minor. Both bar chords. C minor is a bar chord. F is a bar chord. F minor is a bar chord. G minor is a bar chord. So yeah, B minor, C minor, G minor, and F minor. All four of those are bars. So no wonder, yeah, I think my minors need just a little more work compared to my majors. That's some good chord practice for the day though. So I'm gonna call it quits there. And I appreciate it if I could speak, I would end this session. But playing music and talking at the same time, quite difficult. But I'll call it quits there. Thank you all so much for joining me on day 12 of the Guitar Challenge. Thank you so much. I'm out. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave a comment. Let me know how I can improve. Let me know how I'm doing. Things like that. I appreciate all of it. So much love. I'm out. Take care until next time.